We've got a lot to get to, Jets fans. Brady Cook could be benched. Oh, boy. The latest Tankathon draft updates? We got you covered. We're 3 days from Christmas. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green fucking Daily, fucking Daily, fucking Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Adelaide diddly, everybody. I am Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, perhaps. Hopefully you guys get to spend some time with your family. We're 3 days from Christmas. We're talking New York Jets football. We do football talk every single day. If you're coming in on YouTube, make sure you guys like the video. Hit subscribe. Appreciate it. I see we're getting closer and closer. We picked up some new subscribers yesterday, so thank you very much. We've got a lot to get to. Brady Cook's present and future with the Jets. Draft action. Oh, boy. There's a lot to connect with. And some fun questions I see in the chat. I do want to come back to that as well. That also some interesting conversations here in the chat. We'll circle back to that as well. All right. Let's start off here on the Brady Cook stuff. So Brady Cook, he didn't play well yesterday. Breaking news. He did not play well. Here are some of the numbers on him not playing so well. Here they are. Brady Cook threw for 188 passing yards yesterday on 35 attempts. His passes on average traveled only 4.7 yards in the air. For reference, Aaron Rodgers has the lowest average air yards per attempt in the NFL this season at 5.9. That's 1.2 higher than what Brady Cook had yesterday. Only 6 of Cook's passes traveled more than 10 yards in the air, all late in the fourth quarter of a game that was already long over. 5 of those were incompletions, 1 was intercepted. Cook's Cook's 6th interception in 3 games. By the time he threw that pick, the Jets were down 19-6. That became 22-6, and then 29-6, the final score of a game that was 9-6 at halftime. He was sacked 8 times. The Jets were 2 of 15 on third down. They averaged 3.2 yards per carry on the ground. They were penalized 7 times for 54 yards. Their defense set a record for consecutive games, 15, without recording an interception. They did get a takeaway that came on a Malachi Moore forced fumble in the first quarter. Those numbers, shout out to Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic. At halftime, Aaron Glenn did not consider making a quarterback change. He was asked that question by the media. Tyrod Taylor was the QB2 yesterday for the Jets. Aaron Glenn was asked, hey, did you consider going to Tyrod Taylor at halftime? The game was 9-6. No. Or, quote, no. The thing is, we weren't stagnant until the second half. If you take a look at where we were at, I think it was 9-6. So I thought we were right there in the game. I just thought at that time, Brady would give us the best chance to win. He also would later explain that he wanted to see Brady Cook in that kind of situation where the game was up in the air and how did he respond to it versus sometimes we've been thrown into games where it's been a blowout immediately, like he'd be down 21-7, 14-7, or what have you in those Dolphins-Jaguars games. So that came up as well. While Aaron Glenn did not bench Brady Cook, ESPN's Rich Cimini believes he should. He wrote this on social media saying, quote, might be time to sit him down for his own good. As we mentioned, it was a rough outing. In the middle of all this, right, I mentioned he got sacked 8 times. He lost 57 yards in sack yardage loss to add to all of that as well, which was terrible. So here's my question. And there was some buzz. Some fans on social media going, oh, bench Brady, he sucks. We keep going on this wild roller coaster. It's Justin Fields. Just kidding, it's Tyrod. No, wait, it's Brady Cook. Just kidding, it's this guy. Like, we're running out of guys. But let's walk through the available options. The Jets have 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster. Brady Cook, undrafted rookie free agent. Tyrod Taylor, 36 years old. And then Justin Fields, 26 years old. Okay, Brady's not playing well. There's no question about it. I thought in the middle of the game, I was like, okay, not bad in that first half, and then it all sort of unfortunately collapsed. Not great. So Brady Cook, not playing well. Tyrod Taylor's 36, and he just got a new injury this past week. He had been battling a knee injury. I imagine it's the same knee that he got surgically repaired in late July, early August. And now he has a groin injury. Now, he was healthy enough to be QB2, I guess, but he only had one full practice. That was on Friday. So, okay, Tyrod's old and broken, and he's not under contract for next season. And then you have Justin Fields, who, quite frankly, based on all the reporting, seems disinterested in returning to the lineup. So, what other choice do you have? Yes, in the comments section. Where is he? I think Old Yank said it. He said the name. He rubbed the magic genie lamp, and the name appears. Hendon Hooker. Sure. He's the only quarterback currently on the Jets practice squad. Those three names I mentioned, Cook, Fields, and Taylor, are all quarterbacks on the 53-man roster. Hendon Hooker's the only quarterback on the practice squad. Could they go to Hendon Hooker? He was signed last Thursday after a successful workout in the morning. He was then signed to the team and then participated in practice. Possible. The real hope, I would assume, with a guy like Hendon is that he's either familiar with the playbook entirely or has the general concept of the playbook based on his cross-pollination with Aaron Glenn and Tanner Engstrand in Detroit for 2.5 years. Well, not 2.5 years because that half they were spent with the Jets. So 2 seasons with Tanner Engstrand and AG is where they crossed over during his 2.5 years with Detroit. So if he has any knowledge of the playbook, maybe that's interesting. But besides that, I don't know who to turn to, man. Like, the next and final 2 games for the Jets is our final home game of the season against New England Patriots, who just had an epic comeback against Baltimore Ravens, punching their playoff ticket after comeback against Baltimore. So that's our final home game of the year. And then our final road game of the year is the final road game in that Buffalo Bills building, likely, because Bills are unlikely to win the AFC East, I would imagine, and they barely scraped by Cleveland. So the chances don't look good of the Jets winning either of those games, but those are the territories that they're dealing with. So Hendon Hooker, I wouldn't be mad at it. Well, might as well see what you have because, again, I don't think Justin Fields is going to be here next year. I don't think Tyrod's going to be here next year. Brady Cook might be here next year as QB3, but, I mean, Hendon Hooker, if he shows anything, you give him a chance he shows anything, he could be on the 90-man roster in the offseason, and all right, and then sort of see what happens from there. So maybe. Could be. But let's just sort of be candid here. We're sort of this theme, before we get into the Tankathon update, this theme of, Brady Cook, Tyrod, Justin. You guys are all, we'll put it up. Let's put it up as a poll. Let's put it up as a poll. Let's do it. Let's see what the fans think, okay? I'll put that up as a poll right now, and you guys can let us know what's up on the poll. Start a poll. Who would you like to see at QB for the final 2 games of the Jets season? And you will have your 3 options. Brady Cook. Well, 4 options, I guess. We'll put Hendon Hooker in there. Brady Cook, Tyrod Taylor, Justin Fields, perhaps. And then let's go Hendon Hooker. There you go. That poll is now up. Who would you like to see a quarterback for the final 2 games of the season? Throw it up in there, folks. Let us know what you think. And we'll get to some gifted memberships coming up. We got our raffle prizes coming up, too. Feel free to vote, and I want to reference whatever you guys think. But in all actuality, we're sort of rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic here. This ship is going down, is the other way I'm trying to put it. The Jets are 3-12. They've got 2 games left to go. They're going to be massive underdogs in both of those games on the road to potentially 3-14, which means all the draft implications we're going to talk about. So regardless of who's playing quarterback, it may not matter. But for any long-term prognosis, I guess, I'd probably not be on the Hendon Hooker train, I suppose. It should be Hendon or Brady. It shouldn't be Tyrod or Justin, I don't think. But, different strokes, different folks. You never know. Maybe. All right, let's see. I see a membership being gifted here in the chat. Let's go. Let's get a train rolling, baby, around the holiday season. Jared B. with a gifted Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Talking about Jared. Let's add that to your previous totals. Every time a membership gets gifted, an angel gets their wings, and a raffle ticket is added to the pile. Jeremy, you now have 6 raffle tickets to our contest here in the month of December. We'll show those raffle prizes here in just a moment. But first, let's read the new member to the Boy Green Coffee Club in the YouTube comment section is Stephen Craig. Stephen Craig, welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Let's go. Here are some of the items we have for this month's raffle. Look, a cute little Jets Santa Funko Pop. Sure, why not? It's festive. Okay, we've got our Nick Mangold tribute shirt from the New York Jets. It's a beautiful tribute shirt. Let me throw that up here so you guys can take a gander if you'd like out there in the audience of what we have cooking. Here it is. Here's that beautiful shirt. All right. Boom. True Jet 74 Nick Mangold shirt. So the Nick Mangold shirt, the Jet Santa Funko Pop, and we'll have our Boy Green Woody tailgate in a package, which is going to have our T-shirt from the tailgate this year, some koozies, some bottle openers, and all kinds of fun gizmos and gadgets from our tailgate. If you missed it, it's like you're reliving the tailgate experience without any of the losing or the food or booze. But for the most part, you get a general sense of what it's all about. We'll have another tailgate stop this year. Hopefully you guys can be a part of it. Ooh, more memberships being gifted. It could be a membership train happening here on the program. Our buddy Old Yank here with the Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Let's go. Seen things like this strung together in a long time. Certainly nothing with the Jets outside of losses. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. All right, that membership went to 03 Go LFers. 03 Go LFers. You are now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to our buddy Old Yank, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Add that to the total for old Yank, which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Old Yank's first membership of the month. Beautiful. Yes, you're in the running for our prize pack. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, more is coming. Number one Austrian Jet fan time. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Our number one Austrian Jet fan jumping into the mix. I likey a lot. All right, where did that go? Number one Austrian Jet fan, 26 raffle tickets for you, my good man. And that membership went to, let's take a gander. Let's get my reading glasses on. All right. That went to Sean Cora. Sean Cora, welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Yeah. Welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club. All right. By the way, Austrian, you're in second place for our contest with your 26 raffle tickets. A beautiful place to be, certainly. Of course. So, Sean Cora, give him some love there. Love it. Nice. Ooh, we got a super chat coming in. Let's get there. A couple of super chats. All right. Let's go. Let's see. We've got Philly Noodles. Every time I get a super chat, we hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna.
Wow.
One team's trash is another team's hooker. Why not? Yes, that's currently where the Jets are at right now. Philly Noodles, thank you for that $2 super chat. Yeah, this is sort of where we're at right now. With our quarterback conversation. By the way, you just doubled your raffle tickets. You're up to 2 raffle tickets with your previous super chat combinations. Appreciate you, Philly. Thank you. Super chat coming in from Old Yank.
Wow.
Never thought I'd vote for a hooker. I see. Yes, Hendon Hooker gets the Old Yank vote on the YouTube poll. We'll reference that throughout the show. So again, who do you guys want to see as the Jets quarterback for the final 2 games of the season? Again, remember, it's a home game for the New England Patriots, road game at the Buffalo Bills. That road game against the Buffalo Bills is the final road game of the Jets season, of course, and final game of the season, but also the final game in that building before they move across the street. So make sure you guys interact and vote and let us know what you think. We'll reference that throughout today's show. By the way, Old Yank, you got yourself another raffle ticket, baby, and you're $1 away from another raffle ticket at some point here throughout the remainder of December. There you go. Beautiful. Let me take another peek real quick at the poll. How that's doing. Let's see. All right. The current votes are Brady Cook versus Hendon Hooker, which, by the way, I just have to say, the right choice. It should be one of those two, in my opinion. There's currently, this is just a snapshot of it. Brady Cook's getting 48% of the votes. Hendon Hooker getting 41%. Tyrod Taylor, 7%. Justin Fields, 4%. but the votes are ever moving. So feel free to keep voting on that. And like I said, we'll reference that throughout the show. So again, it should be one of the young guys to me. I'm good. I don't need to see Tyrod or Justin anymore. And for what? For who? For what? Get my Roger Craig in there. All right, let's give you that Tankathon update you guys have all been looking for. Yes. Okay, we'll start off with Tankathon. Now, this Tankathon graphic I'm going to show you is what it looks like right now. That'll be important because I'm about to show you another graphic, which is a projection. More on that in a second. So here's where everything stands at this current moment in time. This is a current Tankathon top 10 draft update. If the draft starts today, the Giants would hold the number 1 overall pick. The Las Vegas Raiders would hold the number 2 overall pick. The Cleveland Browns would hold the 3rd overall pick. The New York Jets would hold the 4th overall pick. The Arizona Cardinals would hold the 5th overall pick. The Tennessee Titans would hold the 6th overall pick. The Washington Commanders would hold the 7th overall pick. The New Orleans Saints would hold the 8th overall pick. The Cincinnati Bengals would hold the 9th overall pick. And the Miami Dolphins would round up the top 10 with the 10th overall pick. Here are the important nuggets. So the Jets moved up a slot in the draft with their blowout loss to New Orleans Saints. They were picking 5. Now they're picking 4. Also, another thing to note here, had the Jets won, right? It was possible that they win, apparently. The Jets would have been picking 8th right now. Think about that. The Jets would have been picking 8th, which is sort of crazy. Sort of crazy. As a matter of fact, let me make sure I get my math here. They would have been picking 9th, actually. 9th, actually. They would have been tied with the Saints at 4 strength of schedule. Yeah, the Jets would have been picking 9th, it appears, in this group. At least 8th. But either way, it doesn't matter because that didn't happen. So it just goes to show you how important that game was yesterday, even though we had the pain of a loss, which sucks. But the Jets could have been picking much worse. So now they still have a chance for the number 1 overall pick. More on that later. Here's the good news for the Jets. First off, they moved up a slot. That's good. Titans upset the Chiefs. Titans fall behind the Jets. Titans had I think they had the 2nd or 3rd best odds. I'll read it in a second. I actually think I have that here in my numbers. 1 second here. Let me see. I believe I had it in here. The Titans had I think it was 2nd. I don't have it in front of me. I thought I had it in front of me. But the 2nd best odds or 3rd best odds to get the number 1 overall pick. Now they're like completely out of it now with the strength of schedule factor. The Giants and Raiders play each other next week. So, or this week, however you want to put it. There's one more game left in week 16. So one of those two teams are going to win. If the Raiders and Jets were tied by record, they're not. Raiders are 2-13, Jets are 3-12. But if they were tied by record, the Jets would leapfrog the Raiders. The Raiders nearly upset the Houston Texans yesterday. The Browns nearly upset the Buffalo Bills yesterday. The Giants nearly upset the Vikings. And if all those things would have happened, the Jets would be picking number 1 overall right now with 2 games left to go. But hey, you want to be picking number 1 overall when the season's over, not when there's 2 weeks left. You could take a picture. I guess it could last longer. But here's the factors. The Giants and Raiders play. One of them will win and lose. The Raiders, so like, let's break this down here. Because I want to show you. So this is what it would be right now. The Jets would pick 4th. But of course, the draft does not start right now. Here are some projections. This is from Austin Mock of The Athletic. He projects that the Jets are going to land the number 2 overall pick by the time everything is said and done. The Raiders would pick 1st, Jets would pick 2nd, Giants would pick 3rd, Browns would pick 4th, Cardinals would pick 5th. That's how he has it projected. He says the Raiders have a 49% chance to land the number 1 overall pick. Jets have a 10% chance. Giants have a 26% chance. Browns have a 15% chance. And Cardinals have less than a 1% chance. It's really a 4-team race for the number 1 overall pick. Raiders, Jets, Giants, Browns. Okay? But interestingly, you look at this for those 4 teams, the teams that have a chance at a top 5 pick, a 97% chance for the Raiders, 90% chance for the Jets, 88% chance for the Giants, but only a 84% chance for the Browns because I believe they think that the Browns are going to get some winning action happening here potentially, which could factor all this in. Here are the games remaining. So this is a projection. This is just based on Austin Mock's model. He works for The Athletic. So I think the Jets are going to end up with the number 2 overall pick, which would be great, but being behind the Raiders could be bad. But if Dante Moore enters, back to being good, because then the Jets could get one of Mendoza or more. So that could be fascinating. I doubt that the Raiders would trade it to the Jets, but if they would, I would move up. I'd move up. While some people would go, oh, we're going to get one of the two. But if you could have your choice of the two, depending on what they'd want, I'd be interested in potential flip flop. But hopefully that's not even necessary because the Raiders win some games, which let's get into here on the program. Let's get into this. Let's get into this here. Okay. So here's what the Raiders have left. They should have beaten the Texans, but that's neither here nor there. They play the Giants. They play the Chiefs. Those are 2 games. The Chiefs lost Patrick Mahomes last week to a torn ACL. They lost their backup quarterback. I talk really fast, I know. So they lost Patrick Mahomes to a torn ACL. They lost their backup quarterback, Gardner Minshew, to a torn ACL. Now they're on Chris Olukun, who I have no idea who the hell that is. And I pride myself on being an NFL fan of like knowing knowledge of teams. I got no idea who the hell that is. So he's the quarterback right now. So that game's winnable. So the Raiders could win either of the next 2 games. And the Jets just need them to win 1. And the Giants, I mean, come on. They play the Raiders, so they could totally win that game. If one of them is going to win, so that's good news for the Jets. And then the Jets play the Cowboys in the final game of the season. Giants nearly beat the Cowboys earlier in the season. But the Jets haven't been playing as well recently. So it's hard to tell. And what will the Cowboys be playing for? Also, up in the air, unclear, unsure. But that's a factor there. So here are so the 3 teams head to the Jets: Giants, Raiders, Browns. Let's go through what they have left on the docket. So again, the Raiders play the Giants, play the Chiefs. Those are 2 games they have left on the schedule. Okay. We go to the New York Giants. They are obviously at the Raiders and home for the Cowboys. That's their 2 games remaining on the schedule. The Browns are home for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. That's their remaining games. Now, Pittsburgh, with Baltimore slipping up, Pittsburgh could clinch the AFC North with the win against the Browns. So that game's going to be super important to them. But just because games are important doesn't mean the other team's going to roll over. Browns played Buffalo very well. And this is a divisional game, so everything's always up in the air. So we're massive Browns fans. And that's for sure. For sure. If I had to pick it, personally, of course I want a Browns win, of course. And I want the Raiders to beat the Giants. Let's get the Raiders out of the way. Giants with Jackson Dart think they have their franchise quarterback. So if the Jets can't get the number 1 overall pick, the next best choice is the Giants. They would trade with us. Raiders, I don't know. Cleveland, I don't know. I was reading a ESPN NFL Nation draft thing, like, hey, like how on a scale of 1 to 10, like what's the most important things for these teams? And they just had all this quarterback stuff, which isn't surprising, obviously, but it just makes you go, ooh, don't want to get anywhere near that. That's your latest Tankathon update. By the way, we got 300 people in the room. 100 of those 300 are watching on YouTube right now. Hit that like button, baby. Come on now. Let me see how many likes we have on this here video. And if you're on YouTube, by the way, vote in the poll. That's the interactive element in our comment section. Yeah, come on. 100 people in the room, but 34 likes. This is getting weird, man. Come on. Hit that like button. Let's go. That helps get this Jet show in front of other Jet fans out there in the universe. That'd be terrific. Also, hit that subscribe button, baby. Hit that subscribe button. We are 1 subscriber away from 8,220 subscribers, reaching another level. 1 subscriber away. So hit that subscribe button. New York Jets video talk show every friggin' day, plus watch parties and afternoon shows and all this other jazz. We're going to have my buddy Taylor Kyles. We're going to do a third-party Tuesday because of Thursday being Christmas, of course. We are going to not have our third-party Thursday on Christmas. Me and Woody will do a special Christmas episode of Boy Green Meets Woody on Thursday. So we'll have a third-party Tuesday. That'll be tomorrow, looking ahead for Jets-Patriots this week. All right, let's jump over to the comment section here on the program. Ooh, I saw this earlier. I want to get to this. I saw Jesse Owens. I hope you're still in the chat, buddy. You had a very fascinating question at the beginning of the show, but I didn't want to get off topic at the beginning. I know some people are like, Paul, the headline is this, but you took forever to get there. So I try to, answer the headline immediately, and then we can divert into other areas. So, Jesse, I hope you're still in the chat, buddy. You asked an interesting question. Does anyone else want to split backfield like Detroit that reads 420? And he's referencing Jeremiah Love. Now, I know Sharon, big shout out to my girl Sharon out in the comment section. She's a massive Notre Dame Golden Domer fan, as am I with Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love is a spectacular prospect. Now, it would be very, what's the word? It would be very reckless for the Jets with all of their million needs to use a pick on a running back. It would be reckless. But I'm not the one making the decisions. I mean, Jeremiah Love is phenomenal. And while it may be reckless, aren't doing reckless things fun? That'd be great. Jake Klein says, why on earth would we take Love? He's phenomenal. That's freaking why. Jeremiah Love was a Heisman finalist this year. For anyone that saw him play this year, if you have not seen him play, I highly recommend looking at his highlights. He has a home run hit every single time he plays. Here's some of the numbers. He finished third in the Heisman voting this year. He had 1,300 rushing yards, 18 rushing touchdowns, 21 total touchdowns. He added an additional 300 yards in the receiving game. He's just a do-it-all man. I mean, Jeremiah Love. How do you not love Jeremiah Love? Terrific. Yes, that would be a lot of fun. Insalon says Love is a Gibson type of running back. NY Jets FL saying, look at Bijan Robinson. 100%. A superstar running back can do a lot of things for your offense, man. Yeah, so 420. Hell yeah. I don't have the picture immediately available, but me and my pop, of course, visited the Notre Dame campus for the first time in my life. And at the Notre Dame gift shop, right by the where you check out, there's this big cardboard cutout of Jeremiah Love doing this, like putting up a half a heart emoji. And what you can do is take a picture by putting up the other half of the heart. And I did, because I love Love. I love Jeremiah Love. So, yes, that would be completely irresponsible. But, damn it, I like the cut of your jib, pal. I like the cut of your jib, Jesse. That'd be fun. All right, let's dive into some of your comments here. But I love that one earlier. Fox Sports Talk, 100%. For people who don't know about Jeremiah Love, again, look him up. Foxy calls him a top 3 talent in this draft. He's spectacular. Now, he's probably not going to go top 3 because of what it is, but he's great. Jets Pro says Notre Dame players except offensive linemen never succeed in the NFL. Kyron and maybe Julius Jones are exceptions. Have you heard of Joe Montana? Jerome Bettis, perhaps? Have you heard about those? Notre Dame, by the way, is tight end U. Anthony Fasano, John Carlson, Kyle Rudolph. The Tyler Eifert. Good Lord. Jets Pro. Jake may want to do a Notre Dame study, pal. Basically, their offensive linemen are the only things that succeed in the NFL. You got to do some history study on Notre Dame, buddy boy. They've got a ton of talent. Out of variety, Kyle Hamilton. Have you heard of that guy? Yeah, okay. Come on. Sit down, Jake. Sit down in the back of the room. Take a seat, young fella. Okay? Open up a book. Read it. How disrespectful. Kyron and maybe Julius Jones outside of Notre Dame offensive linemen. How incredibly disrespectful. So first you said that it doesn't happen. Now you're like, well, that's 30 years ago. Kyle Hamilton wasn't 30 years ago, buddy. But come on now. Disrespectful. Come on now. They have been an absolute factory for this stuff. Jay Reeves says Iowa's tight end U. Hey, I'm just telling you, do a quick Goog search on Notre Dame. They have produced so many NFL tight ends. It's insane. Actually, let me see if I can find this real quick. Let me see. Notre Dame football players, NFL. Let me see if they have this list I'm looking for. Because, let's do this just because of what Jake said here. Here we go. Here's the list. So we got a bunch of people in the NFL right now. Benjamin Morrison, Xavier Watts, Jack Kaiser, Riley Leonard, shout out. Offensive linemen apparently don't count, but Joe Alt, of course. Audric Estime, Michael Mayer, there's another tight end. There's on this list. Let me just try to list all the tight ends. Tommy Tremble, he's in the league doing nice things. Cole Kmet doing nice things in the league. Let me keep reading on our tight ends. Dermon Smythe. Yeah, some Dermon Smythe action for sure. Ben Koyak, shout out to him. Troy Nicholas, yes. Tyler Eifert, that was a goodie. Kyle Rudolph, of course, he was spectacular. John Carlson, I mentioned him before. He was really good. Anthony Fasano, a legend. Jerome Collins, another Giddy. Let me keep looking here. Who else am I missing? There's a shout out to John Owens. Jabari Holloway. Yeah, there's a nice little list here. Nice little list here of tight end run that they had for sure. Iowa had some really good ones. Kittle. Who are the two? Hawkinson and God, what's his name? Oh, it escapes me. Seattle, Denver. Noah Fant. Ah, there it is. Whew. I almost had a brain attack there. Come on now. Laporta. There's another one. Yeah, Laporta. Yep. Very nice. Okay, anywho, let's get back to your comments. But shout out. Yeah, all the disrespect for Notre Dame. Absolutely disgusting in this chat. Disgusting! Come on, show some gosh darn reverence for Notre Dame, for God's sakes. Let's see. We got Thunderhawk says, I just don't want Vegas to get the number one pick. Could see Cleveland Giants being willing to trade with us. Cleveland, I'm just not so sure. Like, Shador has shown some things, but I don't think enough. I'm not in the building. I don't know, but I don't think he's shown enough to like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's the guy. We're not taking a quarterback in this draft. I'm like, ooh, they got 2 1s. Like, I think they'd be intrinsically motivated for that. Easy says, trade Hall to the Giants. I mean, you could tag and trade him, I suppose, but that would be the only path because he won't be under contract here shortly. Fox Sports Stock. Caleb Downs is a top 3 talent in this draft, but won't get picked till later. He'll probably still be a top 10 pick. Jesse Owens says that franchise tag Breece Hall. That's what I would do. Since you didn't trade him when you had the chance at the deadline, you might as well tag him and try to see if you can either keep him or trade him. You should probably try to explain both of those. Dunk Lloyd says Jets will probably lose at Hall, so it's not a bad shout. Oh, the Jeremiah Love thing. Yeah, I don't know if they're probably losing him. We'll see. It sounds like, according to Rich Cimini, they want to keep him, but the number will, of course, be the big key there. Let me jump around in the comments here to see if we missed anything before we open up the phone lines. Okay. Philly Noodles. Glenn's quote said about Brady Cook, we have a plan for him. They did. But it's been a rough go for the young man. I like the cut of his jib. He seems like a good kid, but it's been rough out there. One of my big criticisms of Brady, now sitting back, not being in the middle of the game is, geez, he holds the ball forever, man. Those 8 sacks, some of that is, of course, on the offensive line, but he was holding the ball forever, man. You got to pull the trigger, man. Get some. I thought he looked pretty decisive in the first half, and then he just kept holding it. Let it rip, buddy. Let it rip. And unfortunately, he did not. That was tough. Incel on. Need Steelers to lay an egg against the Browns this weekend. That would be spectacular. And especially if Cleveland plays the way they did against Buffalo, it's possible. And the divisions, you never know about divisional games. Those always get a little dicey. So it's not just like, clearly Steelers are going to beat the Browns. You never know. Jay Reeves says, how important it was to lose. Come on now. Yeah, it doesn't feel good to say. Again, I was rooting for wins in the middle of the game, but it just goes to show you in terms of the draft order how important that loss was of being the Jets currently, let's throw it back up on the big board, of currently being 4th overall or being 8th or 9th overall. Massive difference because, again, if the Jets are infatuated with one of these top quarterbacks here, if you're at 8 or 9, you saw the package Carolina had to give a couple years ago to move up for Bryce Young. That is expensive. Very, very expensive. So just part of the eval, just part of the conversation. That's all I'm saying. Part of the conversation, for sure. That's in there, That's in there. All right, let's get back to the poll. Let's see where you guys are at on the poll. First off, let me take a quick gander here. Yeah, make sure you guys liking the video there on YouTube. Appreciate you. Hey, we just got our subscriber. Now we're up to 8,220. We've reached a new freaking milestone, baby. Let's go. If you're not subscribed already, we got 400 people now in the room. We just reached 8,220 subscribers. Booyah! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. It's a Christmas miracle.
It's Jets, Jets. I love Fireman Ed too.
Thank you very much to that new subscriber. Thank you for joining the army, the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Again, we're trying to make a chase to 10,000 subscribers. We'll see how quickly we get there. But I appreciate all the people that have been jumping on the train. This is a community of New York Jet fans, baby. We rally every single day. It's a great community. So thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. It means the world. We're 3 days from Christmas. We do a show every single day, including we'll be here Christmas morning. Hey, move over, Santa. We'll be doing a Boy Green Daily, a Christmas special live on Christmas morning. That should be terrific. All right, let me see here. Oh yeah, what I wanted to check was the poll. Give me an update on the poll. Excusez-moi. Let me get back to the poll here for you guys. Whoop, and to the latest comments. Let me see. Let me see that poll. Here it is. Who would you like to see at quarterback for the final 2 games of the Jets season? Again, that's our live poll on YouTube. You guys got to be live watching the show. If you're watching the show after the fact, shout out to the people that watch it on the replay or the audio only. Obviously, you can't interact with this poll. So it's a live only product. But it's tied between Hendon Hooker and Brady Cook, both at 45%. That's who Jet fans want to see at quarterback for the final 2 games of the season. So up in the air. We'll see if AG speaks later today. So we'll see if he's up in the air about it. Yeah. Jets Worldwide. Boy Green will help you open your presents. It's certainly possible. Yeah, sure. I'm all in. You know, I've gotten to this stage now at my tender old age that I get more joy watching other people open their gifts than me opening gifts myself. You know, I'm a man of the people. This kind of guy I am. Yep. Oof, Jay Reeves. This fucking O-line is overrated. Brees is overrated. The receivers suck. Stop lying to yourself to fit narratives. I don't know who is lying to themselves. I mean, this Jets team is not good. They're 3-12, for God's sakes. The offensive line has not played well the last 2 or 3 games. They have not. I'm curious, though. A lot of this, perhaps it's just all overrated, like Jay Reeves says here so bluntly. Because, like, Brees Hall has fallen off a cliff. He's like 50 yards rushing away or something from 1,000 yards. So he's getting closer to that. He's got 2 games left to go. I imagine he finally gets it. There's been a lot of drops all over the place. It can't all be bad, I wouldn't think. I mean, there's got to be something redeemable here somewhere. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. Hep says 10,000 before the start of the next season. Wow, that would be super cool. We'll see, Hep. I'll leave it up to the gods, and we'll see. Jay Reeves says, everyone is a QB expert. I try to get QB experts on the show because, I think there's not as many of them as people say they are. Judging the quarterback position is difficult. Indy says, why are we worried about the Browns? They're not taking a quarterback. I don't know if that's so sure. I don't know if that's so certain. Mary Kay Cabot, who covers the Browns over there, I can't remember which direction she said. She said something about the Browns quarterback interest. How old is Joe Burrow? Brian Farrell asked. I believe he's 29, but let me take a discount double check here on that. Yes, he's 29. He just turned 29 12 days ago. So he's freshly 29. Yes. He is freshly 29. Fox Sports Talk says, the plan is to play Brady, get the better draft pick. He can help us lose. There you go, Foxy. It could be. And I love all the debates on what the Jets should do with all their top picks. Intel Alon says, LOL, people wanting us to draft a safety and defense when our offense can't even score points. If you had this, if someone put a gun to my head and said, Paul, okay, you're going to lose a lot. But what would you rather have? You can only have one of these. A great defense or a great offense? I'm picking a great offense, man. We've had defense forever. Give me points. Give me excitement. Give me touchdowns. Give me spectacularness. And if we just lose shootouts, okay, that's sort of fun. It's the Bengals, I guess, for the most part. Okay. Give me offense, man. I love offense. I mean, we need a lot. We need defense and offense, to be candid. Special teams looks right. But, yeah, give me some offense, man. I want some offense. That'd be fun. Indy says, "Whoa, how did I lose my uncle title? I'm going to call your mother, Uncle Indy." That's true. I got to get that. I got to get that back in there. Yeah. And then Taylor Stewart like, "F that defense all the way." I love it. It's good that we're all not agreeing. That's good for business. All right, let's do this, you crazy animals. We'll hit the phone lines here. Quick Hep timeout. If you guys would like to call into the show, this is a show by the people for the people. In the second half of every Boy Green Daily, I try to open up the phone lines to you, the fans, so you guys can vent or talk about things. I mean, we can commiserate, we can vent, we can anything on your mind. Christmas traditions, perhaps, Christmas movies, Christmas cookies, whatever the hell is on your mind, we'll get to here on the program. It's been a depressing season at 3-12, but I cherish these moments because whether it's wins, losses, ties, playoffs, draft, whatever, I try to appreciate it because you know what, tomorrow's not promised. And so if I get a chance to talk about the Jets, I'm humbled that I get a chance to do so. So that's it for me. We'll play a Hep timeout. If you guys would like to call into the show, now is the time to do so. We do stream this show live on Facebook. Shout out to our Facebook peeps out in the audience. We also stream this live on my Twitter, @BoyGreen25, and, of course, on YouTube right here, @BoyGreen25 as well. Like the video, that's a free way to contribute. Again, if you guys submit raffle tickets throughout the rest of the month, how you do that is simple. If you're watching on YouTube, down where you comment, there's all these different options. I can look at it right now because I have it open. There's a little emoji sign. There's a money sign. There's a little plus sign, and there's a heart sign. If you hit that money sign, you click that on YouTube, 4 options pop up. Super stickers, super chat, membership gift, membership, and membership gifting. So you can either buy a Boy Green Coffee Club membership for yourself, or you can gift it to your neighbor. It is at random. If you gift Boy Green Coffee Club membership, it goes to the most active people, YouTube tells me. So if you're not a Boy Green Coffee Club member and you comment all the time and interact with the show all the time, you are more likely to get a coffee club membership gifted to you out in the audience. So feel free, folks, to take advantage of that. Every $3 you spend, which is a Boy Green Coffee Club membership, or you can do super chats like $5, $10, whatever, get you raffle tickets to win all our prizes, like our Jet Santa Funko Pop, our Nick Mangold tribute shirt, which we have down here, and all kinds of other prizes. So we try to give back to the people. Hope you guys enjoy. Hep timeout. We're back after this.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy Green, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone,
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Boy Green, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. We're talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green.
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Let's go!
There you go from Hep. Let's go. Yes, sir. We're back here on BGD Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show. Also available wherever you find your podcast here on the program. All right, let's go through here the comments section. I see we had a super chat to get to here on the program. DNY for life, my pop's favorite shipmate here.
Wow.
DNY for life says, appreciate you helping me cope this season. Thanks. Yeah, someone else brought up, Paul, you're a therapist more than a podcast host. That's sort of true. That's a good point. But hey, if I can help you guys cope or anything, hopefully eventually, at some point before we're all dead, we're able to do this with some playoff implications and things of that nature on the line. There'd be nothing greater than that if we could eventually get there. So that would be spectacular for sure. By the way, DNY for life, have 17 raffle tickets. I'll update the banner here in just a little bit. Thank you for sending in a super chat here and letting me know. Yes, that'd be awesome for sure. All right, let's go to our next caller. Who is our first caller? It's Philly Noodles, baby.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Philly?
Not much. That was a pretty horrific loss, right? That's what we're like.
Yeah.
We've just been used to it all season in a sense. When I made that comment, it was somebody. I think somebody made a comment about like we're tanking or whatever. It's like, well, when he came out and said we had a plan for him the whole season,
Yeah.
I think part of the plan would be, all right, if this takes a shit, which it was, which is why they traded away their best assets, was for a reason.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, we're not going to come in. Listen, you don't want to lose, but when you're losing, you plan for inevitability in either sense,
Okay.
greatness or shitness. And our shitness, I think, put us to the perspective of, all right, well, why is think about it. Why is Justin Fields still injured? And he didn't feel ready to go. Like, come on, man. Writing's on the wall. He's mad, that they benched him. He thinks he's a pro starting quarterback caliber, which he's not.
Mhm.
Tyrod is Tyrod. So you are going to go with Cook. And you're going to, like, if Hendon Hooker's available, it's going to be Cook and then taking him out for Hooker. It's still going to start with Cook. Like, let's just be honest, everybody. Let's just agree with that with ourselves now. If it's the opposite, you know what? Wow. But I don't think so. And, it is what it is.
But I could see in the final two games, I could see Hooker taking out Cook and one of these. Wait, I just heard how that sounded. I meant from a QB perspective. Never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, one man's trash, another man's hooker. And
there you go.
Sometimes, a hooker is your worst or best option, depending on who you are.
Good point. Yeah, very
and in our option, the hooker might be looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're thinking. They're looking at themselves in the mirror. They're like, "Damn, I don't look so great." You know what? I'm getting older.
Mm-hmm.
Body's taking tolls. They're like, "Yeah, just bring in the hooker. Bring in the hooker." The hooker comes down. That's just looking crazy. I don't. And then I'm gonna address Reeves. I think the guy's cool. I like the dude, and I feel
there's
like
a butt coming, but go ahead.
Yeah, because there's a bias every time he's in the comments, and not to say like, listen, the thing is, we're all just making takes. Nobody is a QB whisperer. None of us said we are professionals of anything we're doing here. We're just trying to be informed audience who's making takes that we would hope either team could have an opinion towards us, not right, but they don't. So whatever we say, it's neither here or there, right?
Yeah.
So to get mad at everybody saying things, it's pointless at that point. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, don't do that. Just relax. We're all gonna take our QB takes and blah 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 blah. No one wants to fucking lose. We don't want our team to be trash. I wish Ryan Fitzpatrick's second season was amazing after he fucking almost took us to the playoffs, but that didn't happen. Okay, so we're still reeling from then. So if you really want to be upset about anything, look at the takes then, like, because since then it's been shit. And to those audience that in a fact we could say in a vacuum, Aaron Rodgers. Playoff situations happening with the Steelers. The Steelers are a fucking winning franchise for the past God knows how long. So you could have plug and played Russell Wilson last year and made the playoffs. He's now the third string quarterback on the Giants. Do we understand that take? It's to say that Russell Wilson on our team now would still be shit. That's how bad this team is. That's what I don't think anyone's evaluating, how bad the team really is. It's that bad. It really is. It truly is that bad. And so, if anything, who was it? Yo, Holmes. I could almost side with the guy with the defense. I mean, the talent is really taking a pure shit. I'm really shocked. Like Sherwood's best game almost of the season. Are you kidding me?
Which by the way, I'm happy for Sherwood because again, it's just been a wild roller coaster. This is a guy that was a safety, then a linebacker, and then obviously has this crazy year when CJ Mosley gets hurt last year, where he gets an op and then he gets paid a lot of money. We're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Jamin Sherwood. And then the first bunch of games of the year, we're like, man, this guy fucking blows. Can we trade him for a half-eaten Snickers bar? And then all of a sudden, one game without Wilkes. So, actually, he's back, baby. It's just woo, woo, woo. Like Jesus, like man, being a Jets fan, it's the fucking wildest experience of all time. So I hope that it was just Steve Wilkes. Like his shitty scheme apparently made a lot of these guys look like shit, like Sherwood, and hopefully Sherwood bounce back because we're not committed on the money.
To your point, it is bugged out because you had Salah,
Yeah.
who loves converting linebackers from safeties or
Yep.
just finding that extra. Like Fred Warner was the greatest selection him and that franchise had made in his position as a defensive coordinator anywhere. Period.
Yeah,
End
it's
of
like
story.
a 5th round pick or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing. So my thing is that's what he likes. So it worked with him, and then kudos to Wilkes taking over a really good team on defense, which he just parlayed it, and then he got fired the day after the Super Bowl. So he's not that good at his job, clearly.
Yeah.
Then he comes to us. Salah's not getting fired. You know what I'm saying? And he looked good under Salah. Wilkes disappears, and his next game, oh, look at this guy. Yeah, it's like, so I still don't want to hang my hat on the Wilkes thing like I did. And I was very much championing it. But, I mean, the secondary is as bad as I think it's ever been. And I'm 38. I've never seen such a bad defense in my lifetime. I'm young, right? We're young. And this is like the worst I've ever seen. And
it looked rough.
Yeah, and I hope it doesn't continue. Shout out to special teams being good. It's just, I don't know. And to your point, honestly, the more explosive offense, you can win games you're not supposed to. Let's everyone remember that. Defense,
Just
sure.
like think about it, right? No, but like look at these games in the Salah era and even this season. Back-to-back games, we held an opponent to fucking 13 points and we lost. Razor blades and lemon juice, motherfucker. Like you tell me again, I could have one of the two: the defense or the offense. Defense, sweet. I held the team to 13 points in back-to-back weeks. Oh, I fucking lost both of them. That's fucking brutal. Fucking score. I'm losing a 48-45. Fine. At least I fucking threw it all out there. I'm fucking heavyweight swinging boxing match, and I'm trying to connect it. And if I connect, that guy's going down like a sack of potatoes. Okay, that's fine. But that's the most demoralizing thing. And it happened all the time in that 2023 Salah season where the Jets would hold teams to fucking 6 points, 7 points, 8 points, 9 points and lose. I'm like, you got to be fucking shitting me, man.
And then we blame the field goal kicking because of the two games, which is true. But it's like, if you need to rely on only 3 points so many times in the season, your offense is just not clicking properly. It is what it is. And you're whatever. But in the end, I mean, I'll say this and I'll get off so you can get to other people. We looked at, and I did, and I think we all did with the goggles that where he came from, Glenn, being a Lions guy. You know, the great defensive mind, right? Or it feels like it was like that.
Yeah.
But in the end, I think the most questionable thing that people forgot about is we have to look at I'm sorry, there's people coming in. I don't want to.
No, it's okay.
With the Lions is that Campbell is an offensive guy. Everyone forgets that. He's 100%. An offensive guy. He's an
so many people don't
guy.
know that. Like I was just doing, I can't remember, somewhere in the last month, I was doing a podcast interview with someone. Someone brought him up saying, well, thank God they have him for the defense. I'm like, guys, did you know he was a tight end? Like he's an offensive guy. And they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah. Offensive guy.
And somebody saying Jeremiah Love, no. And I'll continue saying this, and I'm going to continue saying this. Gibbs was a thought, and a full-on thought where they were going to possibly trade up with Douglas and Salah. Remember that. Gibbs was possibly a Jet. So let's just put that into perspective, how they felt about Brees. You need thunder and lightning back there. You can't have thunder and thunder. You can't have lightning and lightning. I think Hall needs a running mate that may not even be Allen, or if you keep Allen, you're okay with no Hall, because you need someone like, I thought Keaton Mitchell from the Ravens would be a great trade if they can get him. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I like Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, somebody would worst. So if they draft me a guy who's the fastest running back in the draft. I don't even care how long it teaches. You need to teach him how to read the hole properly. If he's a scat back, if he's fast enough, it will not matter.
Hey, can I ask you a question? There's a question in the audience for you. There's a question in the audience for you. Well, let's welcome it back in BMAC, who has returned to the chat. Thank you, BMAC. Okay. BMAC says Jets should be in the playoffs if they would have kept Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not getting. No, we can't guarantee that, dude. Are you kidding me? First off, he had to. Okay, he's an extra year removed from the injury, but they won 5 games. Nick Folk, if they had Nick Folk last year, they'd win 7.
Yeah, they would have won a few more. Yeah.
And look at the season. You need 10 wins. This is not a 10-win team. There's no way.
And the Steelers had 9 wins right now. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 10-win season to get in. We didn't have a 10-win team. Devontae Adams or not, and I don't think Devontae was coming back. He could have went to the Steelers. They would have afforded him. Think about that.
He said
They
nah. He
could have
went to the
afforded
Rams.
him.
Yeah.
Thank you. He went to a better, younger quarterback.
Mhm.
And Stafford's not light years young. It doesn't matter. He's younger than him, and he's better. It's like, what are we talking? We're apples and oranges, like BMAC. I don't think so, honestly, dude. No,
Okay.
not at all.
There you go.
Be a Steelers fan, dude. Enjoy BMAC. Unreal, dude.
Just want to make sure I got that in.
What the fuck?
Thanks,
Wait,
Philly.
dude. Thank you.
Catch ya. Yeah, there you go. Happy holidays to Philly Noodles. Again, normally that order only comes in on Fridays, but it's been good to get Philly on some of these other days of the week. So shout out to Philly Noodles dropping some gospel here on the program. Again, we got 500 people in the room. Love everyone joining the show. Thank you so much for all the interactions on a 3-12 football team. I don't know how many other daily shows there are for 3-12 football teams in the league, but God bless if that indeed exists out there in the universe. We have nearly 500 people in the room. Like the video if you're on YouTube and hit subscribe. Again, we just reached 8,220 subscribers. Can't even keep my numbers straight. I've never been a numbers guy. That's true. So the math escapes me. But hey, keep joining the train. Let's see. Again, I'm sort of seeing it like like these little goals, right? 8,220. Right when it's 8,230. It's chip, chip, chip. Here we go, baby. All right, that's hopefully what the Jets are doing on this 15-year playoff drought. Chip, chip, chip. There's a lot of chips. And not a lot of results, but a lot of chips. Keep chipping. Chip, chip, cheerio. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Hep's up next. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, guys. Only a couple more games left, and then we're back to the off season again.
That's right.
And I guess this season was a rough one. Was this a worse season than the season when Aaron Rodgers went down after 4 plays?
That's a good question.
I think that was worse somehow to me.
Like, because 2023 was just because again there was just our emotions got fucked with, right?
Yeah.
I can't speak for everybody else. I can just speak from my perspective. I thought the Jets were going to go to the Super Bowl. And sure, maybe I feel that every year. But, like, I really felt it for 20. Like, I'm like, man, I just feel the buzz, the hard knocks. I'm like, and people openly talking about us on these TV prediction shows before the season. I'm like, guys, it's palpable. I remember the buzz in 2009 and 2010 in much different ways because we didn't have those expectations before seasons. But I'm just feeling it. I think this is it. And for 4 plays in, and again, I was watching the game by myself in my living room, and just the disbelief when he got hurt, he stood up and he sat back down. I'm like, you've got to be fucking shitting me. There is no way the football gods just did this. And then then I went to the game 6 days later. I flew to Dallas with my dad to Jets Cowboys. Like the moments after that Monday Night Football game, I'm like, you got to be fucking me, man. But I tried to convince myself. I know it's Zach Wilson and me wearing a Zach Wilson is good shirt in Dallas, and people Cowboys going, oh, that's hilarious. Can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, yes, of course you can. And that was a whole thing. So I think 2023 was worse.
Yeah, I think so.
I think there was sort of for this season for me a curious. Maybe Justin Fields is cast off. Maybe the Jets could do something. AG, maybe he sort of has. I like the cut of his jib, but 2023, like there was like legitimate belief that we could do something. So that one was probably worse. Yeah.
However, the 7 in a row was a big surprise too. The 7 losses in a row, that was a rough one.
To close out the season. That's God. 0-7 start, and then like legit, like we went from like no, we could do this. Steelers got us. We should have won that one. Buffalo blew us out. Tampa, we should have won. We did the block field goal. The defense. There's a couple of those where like, maybe, shoulda, coulda.
I know.
And then we went, oh my God, are we about to fucking go 0-17? So it was. This was a different version, I guess, of the story. But the fact that there is debates to be had. Hey, what was worse, getting kicked in the nuts or getting kicked in the face? I don't know. I mean, both sort of stung a little. Like, God, terrible.
That one lingered. That one.
Yeah, right. That one sort of. I didn't need to, suffer and breathing on that one. Went to a hospital on that one. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. It has been a painful, but again. whatever the saying is, right? That it's all going to be worth it. Going through all the pain, when it hits, you're like, holy shit. Like, like Patriot fans, right? They just had fucking Tom Brady for 20 years, a slight detour, and then Drake May, MVP again. This is great. I'm like, man, those people have no freaking idea the shit that we've been through and the dedication. Look, there's 502 people in this room right now. 502. This fucking team is 3-12, and we're 3 days from Christmas, man. How in God's green earth are that many people watching this show at 8:30 in the morning? That's insane. So just imagine. Close your eyes and visualize. All of a sudden, the Jets are 10-3. We're God, the number one seed. The wild card. The division. And how many people are going to be in the room for that one? I have no freaking clue.
I know, it's crazy. One last thing before I hop off is,
yes, sir.
Did you see that Pittsburgh Green Bay ending?
The Pittsburgh Detroit ending.
Pittsburgh Detroit ending, yeah.
I did. The game came up here, and I saw that they threw it. Well, there was the PI, and then short of the sticks, and then Amon-Ra went. I didn't know he pitched it at first. When I watched it live, I thought he fumbled it, and Jared Goff just saw it and grabbed it and dove into the end zone. Now, again, one of the things I pride myself on is NFL rules, because when I did my Syracuse Strong job, which was the semi-professional football team, when the refs' mics are a little questionable at the semi-professional level, so I don't get to hear it to the stadium, so I only get to see hand signals and stuff, and I felt like I knew the rules pretty well, so no matter what they did, I could accurately tell the 300 people in the stadium what penalty it was. So when that situation played out, I'm like, they're about to replay this. So it was OPI on the Lions, but they scored a touchdown. So the Steelers are going to have to accept the penalty because they scored a touchdown. If they didn't score a touchdown, it's just over and they could decline it. But I thought they were going to have to accept it, which means the Lions would get another shot from wherever they were, 10-yard line, 12-yard line or something. And then when the refs are meeting forever, I'm pretty sure that's how the rule works. And then they explained it that because the touchdown happened with no time on the clock, there's no replay necessary on that penalty play. And that was completely bizarre. And bizarre. Man, that sucks. If you're a Lions fan, that sucks. What a bizarre way to lose. But and they came back because Pittsburgh had that massive lead for a long time and they looked like it was collapsing. So crazy.
There's been a lot of crazy calls this season, and I wonder if they're going to have some kind of meeting on I bet you they do it every year. They probably have a
I'm sure. But you're right? The Bears come back against the Packers on Saturday night. You're like, what in the world? Like the onside kick and then the last second touchdown to win the game. Like, man, there's been some crazy games this year. Crazy.
All right, thanks guys. We'll see you on the rebound.
There he is, Hep, joining us here on the program. Good morning to Hep. Appreciate you. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. It's one of the greatest Jets content creators that have ever graced planet Earth, the Milky Way galaxy. This is a guy that you should be watching on his YouTube channel, which is blowing up, and we should pour gasoline all over it and light it with a match because it is on fire. Let's go to him. It's Ricky New York Live, baby.
Hey, what's happening, Paul?
What's up, Ricky? Good morning.
You know what? Real quick before I get, to this season.
Yes, sir.
I just want to remind people for BMAC, he's going to, pump up Rodgers, but for the other people, Neil and all the other people saying, we should have kept Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. I want to remind them that after 14 games last year with Aaron Rodgers, with Breece Hall, a healthy Garrett Wilson, Devontae, Adams. We were a 3-10 team, just like we are this year. The only difference is that we started 0-7 this year. The difference is we won a couple of games early. Right. So all that, if Rodgers was here, it would be no. I don't think so. This defense has been so shitty that I don't think, even with Aaron Rodgers, I don't think we're outscoring other teams. Like I'm not buying into that whole, if Rodgers was here, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Now, yesterday was, it was like putting a bow on the season. I went out to watch the game. As soon as the game starts, one of the very first plays, I hear John Mechie goes in motion and he falls on his friggin' face. and I'm like, oh, well, we're off to a New York Jets start, and it didn't really get better from there.
Yeah.
There was a play. I don't know if it was really a reverse necessarily, because I looked down for a second, and when I looked up, the play was already starting. But it looked like Shuck, kind of faked the handoff and tossed it to Taysom Hill. And Quincy Williams is right there and completely freaking whiffs. I mean, dude, the missed tackles from him this year. And you know what? All the AG doubters and stuff, you need to give AG some time, okay? Because all you experts out there that were like, oh, CJ Mosley's gotten old. CJ Mosley sucks. We need to get rid of him. Dude, you know what? He was our captain. He got guys in the right position. He helped more in that regard than people realize. Now we see Quincy without CJ Mosley back there. The cerebral, intelligent part of the game is gone. And we got Quincy Williams, who's like a missile with no guidance system. Like he's just flying all over the place, missing tackles. He's been atrocious. And you probably remember earlier in the season, I was like, yeah, we should re-sign Quincy, bring him back. No, you know what? I've done a complete 180. I am ready for him to go.
Also, I read Rich Cimini put out a column yesterday morning, and it's just like sort of more bullet points, and sometimes there's a little bit more expanded nature. Quincy Williams sounded like he gave a couple of exclusive comments to Rich. It sounded like a lot of excuse making. He was saying, I know that it's more about scheme than it is about this. Like, I know I can play, and the scheme's the problem. And then when Rich asked, are you saying that Steve Wilkes' scheme was the problem? He's like, no, I'm not saying that. But he was like saying it without saying it. And then to your point, all these missed tackles has nothing to do with scheme. Wrap up. You're right there. Make the tackle.
Yeah.
Make the play. So it sounds excuse making to me. We heard a little too much of that yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, when they wore the silly, rivalry uniforms or whatever, he shows up to the stadium as the Joker. And like, at first I didn't get it. I'm like, does this moron think it's Halloween? What the hell is he doing? But I guess it's because the rivalry jersey were the Gotham football.
Yes, right.
Which that was kind of a stretch. But I'm like, dude, quit doing weird gimmick shit and focus on your actual job. And dude, like, I love his energy and enthusiasm, but he's not the brightest bulb on the tree. And when you listen to him talking yesterday, and he's like, 2 games, 3 games, whatever we got left. It's like, dude, you don't even know how many friggin' games you got left. Like, people criticize Aaron Glenn because he didn't know how many yards they needed for a first down in that one game. Our players don't even know how many games we got left. Man, it was bad. It was bad. I literally only watched like the first half of the game because I went out to watch the game. Order some food. They bring me some onion rings with this sauce with it that kind of looked like Thousand Island dressing or something at first. I'm like, I wonder what this is. I'll try it and see. Took one bite, and like my mouth just kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and I could taste like that red, like cayenne pepper in it.
Ooh!
And I'm like drinking and drinking and drinking, trying to cool it. Man, I got so violently sick. I was like sick until like 2 a.m. last night.
Oh, Jesus!
So I literally left the place at like halftime, and came back here and was just kind of at that point watching like the ESPN thing where it's just typed out words what's happening.
Oh yeah, right.
Which was almost a mercy because I didn't have to punish my eyes with watching it, but I could still tell what was happening. And man, in all fairness, we're missing Brownlee, we're missing AZ. Like our secondary is decimated. That certainly doesn't help. And I know a lot of people were criticizing the offensive line play.
Yes.
But dude, when your quarterback is holding the ball as long as Cook was, like, that's unfair to the offensive line. Like, those guys can't hold their blocks forever. I mean, and I mean, I at least with Cook, he's like going through his progressions, trying to find an open guy, trying to like, you know, if he would have found someone he wanted to, he would have thrown the ball. So it wasn't like Fields where he just wasn't going to throw it. But still, at the end of the day, holding the ball like that, and the fact that, you know, our fan base is saying like, oh, let Brady cook, and now we're like, oh, let's bring on Hooker, like, dude, that just, to me, that just tells you how putrid our quarterback situation actually is. Like, you know, we're cheering to like bring on guys that couldn't make it on other teams and undrafted free agents because they're actually could possibly be better than what we've had. I mean, it's awful, man. It's been really tough to watch. Now you know, initially, I think the defense was playing a little bit better. They had better energy. I at least like Chris Harris's, you know, energy on the sideline. You know, but at the end of the day, like as soon as the Saints scored a couple of times, it's like they folded like a lawn chair, man. Like it was like with the offense being so bad, like, you know, we weren't coming back from that. That was probably our one winnable game of the year that was left. And man, you know what? I had a feeling though. I was like, you know, even though the Saints are not a good team at this point, we're even worse. You know, we're going to go in there and their somewhat unproven quarterback is just going to shuck us up. And he did. You know, he had a career day against us. I'm really tired of people having career days against us as well. Which, by the way, I tagged you in a tweet last night about losing to Trevor Lawrence the previous week. And I dare you to keep a straight face when you look at it.
Okay.
Because I had this I had this conversation with Zach of somebody that I thought looked like Trevor Lawrence, and I had put that together with AI. But you probably can't show it because I don't want to get you in trouble.
But that's hilarious.
Image, but
right. Yeah.
At any rate, like, man, this has been tough, man. It's been a bad year. I'm just ready for this to be over with. And for the longest time, like as I was doing mocks, it was like quarterback first, obviously, but then it was like Sonny Styles, pass rusher, safety. Like I was loading up the defense, but the more I started thinking about it and was listening to Nick Shine, and I kind of have switched and went to agree with him. Like if we're bringing in a new quarterback, we need to put as much around him to make things stable as we possibly can. So now I've kind of flipped where I'm like, you know what? Let's get a high quality receiver, and then let's use one of those other early picks to replace a Simpson or AVT, you know, whichever one goes. Which since we re-signed Myers, we got Tippmann at a guard. We only really need one guard. So, you know, whether it be Olivenga Ione, the kid from Penn State, or you know, Emmanuel Pregnon, the kid from Oregon, whoever. Let's bring in a nasty, really good guard, solidify that line, get a receiver, and give our young quarterback as much stability as we possibly can. And you know what? It would be, because I started thinking, I was like, even if we have a great defense, we've lost games where we held the other team to 13 points. So let's get the offense fixed first, you know? So if we get in a shootout, we got a chance. And if the defense, you know, isn't stellar, we got 3 first-rounders the following year. We'll worry about it then. So I'm all on board with fixing the offense as much as we possibly can when this draft comes up. And honestly, it can't get here soon enough for me. And that's what my thoughts are. You know, as much as I love the Jets and love watching the games, I'm ready for this year to be over. And let's get on to the draft. But thank you for having me. Thank you for pumping up my channel. You always are so kind about doing that. Definitely appreciate that. And I also will be doing a Christmas show.
Ooh.
But it's not a Jets show. It's like a late night holiday hangout show.
Cool.
After all the meals eaten and the presents are opened and all the family stuff is over with, at 10 o'clock on Christmas night, we're just going to have a fan hangout night for the night on the channel, Christmas night. And then next Saturday, we'll get back to the Jet stuff. But
I love that.
Hope to see everybody for the holidays and hang out and everybody have a great Christmas. And man, I don't know if it's going to do any good, but until next time, go Jets.
There is Ricky New York Live, baby. I love it. I've done over the last calendar year, we've done a few shows where, this is a Jets show for people that are tuning in. This is daily Jets content every single day. And we do additional stuff. Like, for instance, I'm going to be live in, 2 hours and change, live again. We're going to have our PFF NFL analyst, Dalton Wasserman, on and react to all the craziness from the NFL weekend. Normally joins us on Wednesdays live on this channel and another channel I'll talk about in just a second. But with Christmas and Christmas Eve and everything all around there, he's joining us early this week, so we appreciate it. But we've done so many shows this year that actually have nothing to do with the Jets. The Father's Day one with my pop. You can't see it behind the Jets draft thing above my head. That's Brett Michaels there with me and my pop. It's hidden by the Jets draft thing. And the number one Austrian Jet fan got me. But we'll get a bigger picture to put back there to celebrate that. But, yeah, we've done a few shows that have nothing to do with Jets, and those have been special. On top of the Jets, our Jet shows have been a lot of fun, but the non-Jet shows sometimes are kind of crazy, which is neat. Hey, I want to do a couple of plugs here real quick, folks. Speaking of the holiday season, we've got some free giveaways here on the channel. Free giveaways, and it's this. So you see that YouTube link. If you guys are watching, no matter where you're watching, youtube.com/@MCShowDigital. I'm giving away a free piece of Jets history, and all you have to do to be eligible is subscribe to the Man-Child Show with Boy Green digital channel. So I just dropped it in on YouTube, so you guys can check it all out there. That is the link if you guys would like. Here is our free Jets giveaway we're doing, folks. And let me see how many spots are left. Let me make sure I have this accurate here. We have 22 spots left. So 22 of you out in the audience have a chance, on top of everyone else who's already subscribed, to win this. This is the official 1972 New York Jets yearbook cover. That's got Hall of Famers Joe Namath and John Riggins on it. So if you would like a chance to win this, all you have to do is subscribe to that channel on your screen. I also dropped it on YouTube. That's youtube.com/@MCShowDigital. If you're one of the first 450 subscribers to that YouTube channel on your screen, that's my digital radio show that we talk Jets, NFL, draft, everything on there. You have a chance to win this. So it's a free giveaway. It doesn't cost you a lick. All you have to do is subscribe. So you, your friends, your family, whoever, make sure you guys subscribe to that channel. That's @MCShowDigital. And we'll ship this to you. This is the official 1972 Jets yearbook cover. It's in a beautiful plastic case to protect it, and I will ship it out to you. Give it to yourself or give it to someone for Christmas, whatever you guys want to do. However fast we get to 450 subscribers. If we get to it today, I'll ship it. We'll pick a winner at random today, and we'll give it out. And as long as you remain a subscriber to that channel, you'll be eligible for all of our other free giveaways coming up on the chat. So feel free to take full advantage of it. Again, if you're one of the first 450 subscribers, our goal for that channel is 500 subscribers ultimately, and we're doing free giveaways at all the mile markers. 450, we're going to do a giveaway at 11 o'clock at 425 that we just hit. We're doing a giveaway at 475. We're doing another giveaway at 500. So just free giveaways to the people. So make sure you spread the gospel of the Man-Child Show with Boy Green digital, baby, and make sure you jump on. I'll drop the link in here again, here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. If you guys see that link on YouTube, all you'll have to do is click that link and it'll transport you to the channel, and just hit subscribe. You'll have a free chance to win this beautiful piece of Jets history, the official 1972 New York Jets yearbook cover. I see we just picked up a subscriber, so we have 21 spots left. Again, get it while the getting's good, folks. 21 subscribers left to win this, the 1972 official Jets yearbook cover. 21 spots left. It is first come, first serve. Good luck to all you guys. I'll try to do a couple of Jets giveaways on that channel to pump it up for the holiday season. So make sure you guys do. Good luck to everyone out there. in the universe. Again, we have 21 spots. If we get that before the start of our 11 o'clock show, I will give this away live on the 11 o'clock show to one of you subscribers out there. Again, if you're among the first 450, you will be eligible. Excellent. Well, thank you guys for joining us here on the program. Over 600 people in the room. If you're here watching on my YouTube channel, make sure you guys hit that like button and hit subscribe as we continue our chase for 10,000 subscribers. Those are our two big pushes that I'm doing out in the universe, is getting subscribers for this Boy Green channel, and, of course, getting subscribers for my digital radio show, The Man Shot Show, Boy Green Digital. So thanks, guys, for the support. We're only 3 days from Christmas. Get your shopping in. Get your family festivities in. It's awesome Ricky's doing that. I got to try to remember that on Wednesday night to drop into Ricky New York Live's YouTube stream for just a sort of a fan hangout beyond the Jets. That'll be really cool. So shout out to them. And thank you for all the fun conversation today, people, whether we're arguing or yelling or any which way. That was a lot of fun. By the way, a quick shout out to all the people that gifted on today's channel. Jared B., Old Yank, Austrian Jet Fan, Philly Noodles, Old Yank with Super Chats, and DNY for Life, a.k.a. Devin. Thank you, guys. That helps support the show and helps me get to do what I do. So appreciate you guys. We'll see you. And again, in just about 2 hours, we'll be live at 11 o'clock with some more NFL talk. We'll see you guys then. Take care, everybody.